Hi, this is Donald Farmer. I'm in front of the Ollie's store in Tullahoma, Tennessee. And sadly, Ollie's is what passes for a sort of video store these days, since it has a small video section like Walmart. Tullahoma used to have one of the greatest video stores ever, a chain store called Hastings that had every Blu-ray imaginable, a great selection of obscure and international films. They had magazines, including all the new horror magazines like Rue Morgue and Fangoria. They had audio books. They had action figures. It was just an incredible store, but of course now it's closed and the entire chain went out of business, and now there's a fitness center, Planet Fitness, where Hastings used to be. Also in my town, we used to have a Family Video, which was our last video store, and that also has gone out of business. It's now a Bigfoot Liquors. So that seems to be how it is all over the place. All the video stores going out of business. And it's really sad for me because I was there at the beginning in the early 80s when the video store trend started popping up all over America, and every little town had a video store. I mean, I always say that when I was growing up in the 60s, every little town, no matter how small, seemed to have a courthouse, downtown square movie theater, and a drive-in. Then in the 70s, it was those courthouse square movie theaters and drive-ins were still holding on, but they were starting to go out of business in depressing numbers. Then in the 80s, even more drive-ins and courthouse square movie theaters were going out of business. The old downtown movie theaters were being replaced by multiplexes. But the video store trend started happening in the 80s, and it was originally mom and pop video stores, locally owned video stores. And when I started making movies in 86 with my first movie, Demon Queen, that was the market I was aiming at. I was aiming at the market for locally owned mom and pop video stores that would buy my movies. When I did my second movie, Cannibal Hookers, the following year, there was this industry trade magazine that would advertise all the latest films, and it would be designed just for these mom and pop video stores to read these ads and then order inventory for their stores. And because of that, Cannibal Hookers was heavily advertised in these industry magazines that the local video stores would read, and as a result of that, it seemed to be in the vast majority of video stores I visited. I think like 8 out of 10 video stores I went to had Cannibal Hookers. Even when I went to New York City, I found Cannibal Hookers at 2 video stores there, so that was really exciting. A friend of mine, and of course it was in video stores all over Canada because it was distributed by a Canadian label. And a friend of mine told me even Dan Aykroyd came into his Canadian video store and rented Cannibal Hookers. Then around the 90s, these mom and pop video stores started being replaced by chain video stores. Stores like Hollywood Video and, of course, most famously, Blockbuster Video. And before you knew it, it seemed like every town of any noteworthy size in America had a Blockbuster Video or a Hollywood Video or both. Now, here we are in 2022. All the Blockbusters, I think except one, are gone. All the Hollywood Videos are gone. The Family Video chain just went out of business last year. Pretty much the closest thing to a video store most towns have is the video section of Walmart or a Redbox vending machine outside of a department store. Like here in my town, the Kroger grocery store is where you'll find the Redbox movie rental machine. In other towns, you'll find it in the lobby of a Walmart. So it's a sad story for people that love video stores. They seem to all be gone. Streaming has sort of run them out of business. Streaming has its advantages. It's got the convenience, but still, there's no substitute for being able to prowl the aisles of a video store and pick up all the cartons and look at the covers, read the description on the back, and decide if that's the movie you wanted to rent. You really can't do that, streaming, where you're just looking at the cover, a little thumbnail of the cover, and deciding if you want to watch the movie. It's just not the same, but I guess that's progress. Not my kind of progress, but it's the world we live in now.